Welcome to John Beach. Boom, 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 boom. Time to pick up a trailer. On the right here, I've just been hearing the Home Depot song in the back of my head. I love this kind of stuff. We're on a full-on mission today. The beach is getting built. I'm not sure if this is gonna work, but before we can even consider, this is some guy's house. Oh, I guess we're renting a trailer from a literal, like a dude in his backyard. That's definitely our trailer right there. But I thought this was like an actual business, but we're literally renting some random person's trailer. Okay, cool. Nice. Listing online was very professional. Had me fooled. Hey, how's it going? This is John. I think I just pulled up to your house. You have the 250?
Okay, yeah.
Cool.
Yes, sir.
Awesome.
Should be out in the driveway.
Okay, awesome. Let me hop out and I'll meet you there. Wow. That's how you get a brain aneurysm. Picking up a trailer from a random guy in a neighborhood. It's a Rackley jingle right there.
What you do, you go out and catch them and then transport them?
Yeah, catch them, or I get them from, in Gainesville, they sell F1s. Dang, we got a trailer, this is sick. Man, I feel like a real man. The only trailer I've ever owned is like a 12-foot flatbed. It's only a single axle. Something about a dual axle dump bed, it's like, oh man. I feel like you want to punch through drywall. Well, we're at the sand depot. I didn't call ahead to pick up any sand, so hopefully they'll just be okay with me copping some sand on site. This is a place I've wanted to go to for quite some time because they actually sell a bunch of different materials we can use for the pond, including chunk rock, giant boulders. I think we're just gonna pick up sand today because today's mission is to build a beach in our backyard pond. Literally gonna have my very own private beach. I know, it's pretty incredible. I feel like I've made it, but let's hope that they have sand, because if they're all out, then we just got a dump trailer for nothing. Madison Square Garden. Hello, how are you? I was wondering if I could get some sand, if y'all have any available for pickup. I just have a dump bed with me. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that's sweet. It's perfect. Let's do that. Do you want me to back up right here? This is sick, man. Shout out to these guys for just being super accommodating. I just pulled up. I was like, hey, man, can I get some sand? He's like, absolutely. I'm the sand man. So there's a couple different kinds of sand you can get for a pond or a beach. There's like beach sand, which is obviously what most people like. It's like very fine and soft. There's mason sand. There's a couple others I just can't think off the top of my head. I did a bunch of research this past week and tried to figure out how I can make a beach in the most efficient, best way possible. Beaches on ponds can be very finicky. They generally require a ton of maintenance, which is something I'm not really prepared for yet, but I really want a beach. The sand we ended up getting is mason sand, which isn't like the best for beach activities, but it's a good like second or third. It's all they had and I'm okay with it. Like I don't really want like beach sand, because beach sand, while it's nice and it's soft, it's very fine and it can be easily washed away. Building the beach at a pond is, from what I've heard and understand, it's kind of a pain in the ass, at least from like a maintenance perspective, but it shouldn't be too hard to set up. If we had something like a bulldozer or I don't know, if we had some heavy equipment, it'd be a lot easier to spread the sand out, but my buddy Kyle's coming in and we're gonna hopefully be able to knock this project out no problem. Sweet. That's all there is to it. We got the sand, she's loaded up. Let's head back to the pond. Mission accomplished. Back at the pond, let's go. So, here comes the important part. We've got to figure out where we're gonna put this beach. Now, the original ideas that I had was I wanted to kind of do this the half-ass way. There's many different methods to building a beach. The correct way to do this would be to set this sand down when the pond was much lower. But we got rain pretty quick here in Texas, and I decided to start this project a little bit late. Actually, this is a time when you want to start a pond project, when it's warmer and you're able to actually get things rolling. In like the spring of Texas, this is the time to do it. So anyway, that all aside, we're rolling with the punches. I'm thinking right about here is where the beach should be. I want to be careful to where I put the sand, because if I put this sand in areas in which there's obviously a distinct washout, like whenever there is rain, it's going to push that sand into the pond, which also isn't a problem too. Over the time, the sand is eventually going to make its way in the pond, and while I'll lose my actual beach on the bank, it'll then kind of create a little bit of area for those fish to spawn. We've also got Kyle joining. What's up, homie? Just park wherever. This is all overflow parking. Failed to mention too, my buddy Kyle is gonna be joining us today. I asked him if he wanted to help. He said he's always down for some he loves manual labor just as much as me. But he actually lives full-time in Texas now, so welcome, Kyle. Yeah. Ready to get your Home Depot on?
I'm ready to do some man.
Hey, did you get forklift certified last night?
Yeah, I brought it. It's in the back.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
The forklift?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought the certification. I just want to see the certification.
Oh, yeah, it's in a glove box.
Dude, look how much sand we got.
Is this imported from the Caribbean?
Yeah, this is Caribbean sand. Actually, this is sand.
Quite soft.
Sand from the Maldives. Yeah, it is pretty soft. It's Mason sand, so it's not the best, but it's nice and supple, I would say. But yeah, this is the first time I ever built a beach. We're probably gonna do some stuff wrong. I did a bunch of research the other day. I got the general idea, but for the most part, we're just gonna grab a couple shovels, dump this sand out, and get to work. Build our first ever beach at the backyard pond. Got Milo here to help me out. Let's open up the gate. This goes like that. All right, Milo, are you ready? So we've got Milo K here. She's gonna help us drop the sand. I don't know how to do this. I'm honestly a little nervous, so I brought my daughter here to do it. Which button is it? Is it up or is it DN? Do you want to press it? She's afraid. Oh. As you can see, it like might have to do manual labor to start off with.
That's what I came out here for.
We bought a dump bed for this project, but I didn't realize how dense sand was. The hydraulics are like seizing up, like I can't even dump it. I've also never used a dump bed before, if it's not obvious. We're just gonna go straight, shovel to the grindstone and start digging this out, dropping it right there, and then hopefully once we get a little of the payload off, be able to dump the rest. But that's crazy. I didn't think sand was that heavy, but I guess it is. Put it right there in a pile, and then from there we'll move it, we'll move it around. That's a lot of sand.
You should call him up and be like, hey man, your trailer's broken, by the way.
Trailer sucks. How about knocking a cool 100 off the rental? This right here is quality bonding with the boys, and basically just like sandbox play for adults. Well, feeling like we got a long day cut out for us. This is making me realize I probably should have invested in a skid loader.
Oh yeah, you know what? I think I actually gotta go.
Cal's like, oh, I hear my mom calling me. I gotta go. All right, well, we got a little bit of the sand unloaded, but before we continue, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna lay this tarp down. This will help keep from weeds popping through the sand. The whole point of having the beach is so it looks nice. And it's a lot of maintenance, requires a lot of TLC, but one way to help that TLC is to put one of these like spun-bound fabric, which keeps any sort of weeds that are already existing from growing up through the grass. It'll also give us an idea as to where we need to put the pond as well, or sorry, put the beach. The pond's right there. And yeah, it looks good, Kyle, we're done. We can add more later, but this is a good starting point. So this is just to kind of give you a visual representation of where the beach will be. Obviously, it can't do the whole circumference of the shallow area, but this is a good starting point. We may build it back a little bit, but we've laid down this like weed tarp, this weed stopper right here, and this is where the sand's gonna go up and over. I think you normally wanna do like an actual like plastic, heavier duty or tarp, but this should work for now. And that sand's actually gonna go a little bit into the water. So it's gonna be like a gradual slope. Kyle's already got a nice jump on it. Looks good, man. I say let's grab a beer and take 5. Yeah, hard day's work. All right, let's keep going. Did I hit you?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, you okay?
No, I'm just bleeding profusely.
Hit you where? In the shin?
Back to the leg.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Shin would have been a different story. Probably would have cried, honestly.
Owie, owie, owie! Owie, owie, owie! I don't know, it's more fun this or bentonite. Toe test, how's it feel? Passes. Yeah, you should know you're from the beach practically. Caleb just did a little toe test. He says it feels like back home in Florida. Do you like hear Kodak Black singing when your toes hit the... They make 100. I have bought it.
You think they make SPF 950?
They make SPF 100 because I've bought it.
950?
I'm Caucasian as it gets. Yes. Yeah, it's like basically just comes out like
That's
mud.
called a shirt.
Yeah, yeah, true. I bought it, man. When I went to Bali, I was like, I'm gonna need this. Damn, I'll tell you what, fruits of our labor, looking quite succulent. Thankfully, I've got Kyle here to do most.
Absolutely nothing.
Throw a rock in the pond once or twice, get me going. That looked like a bass blow up though, and that's where the minnows hang out, dude. Don't ever trick me like that again. I'm easily, what is that called? Gullible. I'm gullible. As you can see, we're probably gonna go down another maybe 10 yards. I'm gonna back the truck up a little bit more, and then we're gonna slowly start taking some of that sand and kind of gradually put it in the water. I want it to kind of go like a couple feet in the water, obviously not too much, but a little bit, so that way if we're using the beach, people can walk in the water and not have to get sunken down in the clay and the mud, which is pretty much what my pond is comprised of, but things are looking good. We're being productive out here. Some Gatorade?
Oh, bottle opener.
Of course you do.
Originally, they called it Gatorade. Now they call it Gatorade.
Hey, bud. Oh, is this for me? Thanks.
Free, man.
Cheers.
I'll probably
Just
pick that.
literally, no, that's great, dude. I appreciate that. Hard day's work. A little low. Dude, we dumped so much sand out and it's still heavy. Look at that.
I mean,
My hitch is just, it's now a post in the ground. That's quite the sight for sore eyes, or whatever the opposite of that saying is. All right, well, I got face sunscreen too if you need it. You got face? Yeah. Time to dump her. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I forgot that in order for the dump bed to work, you need to put the jack down. So whenever I was trying to push that sand out, it was just hooked up to my ball, and it was basically like lifting my truck up. Anyway, first time using a dump bed, in case it's not apparent, but we got all the sand out for the most part. There's a bit we gotta scoop out, but here's the remnants of the sand that was in the bed. We still have a pile over there for whatever stupid reason. I don't know why I did that. So we gotta take some of that sand, bring it over here. But for the most part, the beach is looking good. Really, we just need to finish packing it down, spreading it out, making it look nice. Once we have it in place, we'll rake it and make it look very picturesque and like a true, Caribbean beach. We kind of want to bring the Maldives and the Bali vibes here to North Texas. So once we get the beach all set up, we're gonna make some Mai Tais, gonna set up a nice umbrella, some lawn chairs, maybe pop a cerveza too, and just enjoy this, this beautiful Bahama vibe that we got going on out here. It's freaking amazing, dude. I can't believe we're actually building a beach at the pond. This is interesting. We're actually dumping a bit of sand in the water as well. Eventually the sand will naturally get in the water through, rains that will happen in the future. But right now we're dumping sand in and it's creating this like weird kind of sandy mud line. And the minnows are using this line, this kind of veil, to stay presumably out of the bass's way. This happens in big lakes and ponds around here in Texas, but it's cool to see it in your own pond. Like they're staying right on the edge of that mud line there. It's basically like a smoke screen for these bass. They can't see as well when the water's turbid. So the minnows were originally over on one side of the pond and they started to congregate over here. It could be that, or there might be something in the sand that they're actually, feeding on, but they seem to actually like the commotion over here, which is very interesting. I don't know what that's all about. It's pretty sweet. Kyle's actually gonna hop in the water a little bit and start plucking some of that vegetation up. We've kind of come off the edge of where that tarp was that we laid down, that weed tarp, but it's fine. A little bit of weeds are probably gonna poke through on the back end. Hopefully where we actually have the tarp, there won't be too many weeds. It'll happen inevitably, but one way to fix that is to every now and then, maybe once a week or a little bit more than that, is to rake the sand, kind of move it around. Shout out to Kaylee for getting this at Lowe's a couple of minutes ago. She dropped it off. But this will be nice to kind of groom the beach, make it look solid, and it actually helps keep the weeds out. So it's double beneficial. Kyle's over there picking weeds out like a pro. We were joking that we should, I should list my house on Airbnb and include features like comes with 2 private islands, a beach, beer stock full fridge, depending on the weekday, I suppose. Normally doesn't.
A beer stocked full of fridge?
But what's most important is the beach feature. I mean, I feel like that in and of itself should boost the listing up at least $100. They're spawning. Look. Do you have your glasses on, Kyle?
Yeah.
Look, they're spawning. I was waiting, dude, I've been waiting for this forever.
Oh, you're right, they are.
Look. We just took a break from creating the beach and we saw some commotion on one of the little islands. And I look over and there's 3 bass all spawning simultaneously. Caleb's on the island right now trying to get some video of them because this is wild.
That is nuts.
Isn't that crazy? It is so crazy to see fish in your own pond actually take nature's course and spawn. Look, he's out of the water.
Caleb, is there 3 or 4?
There's 3, I think. Oh, they just moved out. They saw you a little bit.
There's one still on.
If you stay there real still, they'll come back. This is a nice interruption to building the beach. We're almost done, by the way, but got heavily distracted with some spawning bass. It's perfect weather for them to be spawning. This whole time, I'm like, when are they gonna do it? When are they gonna do it? And a part of me thought maybe I just had males or just females in here, but they're doing the dirty, man. It's pretty cool. Welcome to John Beach. It's officially finished. The dogs are loving the beach. The real reason why we want to create this beach is not so we could have a title or a thumbnail or video, or even for a place for Kaylee and I to hang out and have some Coronas, but I figured this would be kind of an awesome little habitat and area for Milo to hang out. If she wants to come down here when she's a little bit older and fish off the bank and maybe do a bit of swimming, we now have a beach. It's like a full-on resort. Like I said prior, like we've got 2 private islands, a beach, crystal clear water. It's our own little paradise here in North Texas. So what do you think, Milo? Is it chunky approved? I'm gonna set it down in the sand, see what she thinks. It's the first time she's ever been in sand, right? Yeah. Technically. Dang, dude. We can say you've officially been to the beach now. What do you think? Whoa, it's way better than that rough grass. What did the doggies think? Millie's right now scouting out a nice place to take a I'm sure you're probably doing the same too, right? We're looking for a nice place to poop. 2 thumbs up. She says, 1 yogurt pouch up. This is great. There's nothing in there. Mom's making a quick cameo as well. Doggies. You want to sit? We got the lawn chairs up, everything is looking good. But I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. Drop a comment, let us know what we should do next. The pond is kind of our oyster. We're gonna do a lot of different things with this pond over the next couple of months. Obviously, we'll be up in Maine mostly for the summer, but I'd like to come back down here for a couple of days here and there and make sure the pond is looking good, feeding these fish. Eventually, when we stock fish, officially, like actual big bass, and making this a nice little hangout spot, more of just a fishing pond and more of like a rec pond. Places, basically making a nice little haven for us to come and hang out during the warm summer months. But yeah, I mean, the dogs love it. Milo seems to like it. I love it. Hopefully you guys love it too. Be sure to like the video, drop a comment down below, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, folks, keep beaching. Never stop.